And the White House has promised to stonewall the impeachment inquiry. We get an early test today when the former ambassador to Ukraine testifies in the House of Representatives. Now, Mary Yovanovitch, a career diplomat who was abruptly recalled from Ukraine in May, is scheduled to give a deposition to congressional investigators. Lawmakers are waiting to see if she shows up after the White House said earlier this week it will refuse to cooperate with the inquiry that the president has termed a kangaroo court. And joining me via Skype from New York to discuss this is Global Analyst Mukhtar Dan Iyan. Many thanks to you, Mukhtar, for joining us on this hour. Let's start with the latest development from the United States. We've seen that two of Rudy Giuliani's associates have been arrested, which is Parnas and Fruman. And we're also seeing that Mary Yovanovitch, who the Ukraine ambassador, is also going to be testifying today. What do you make of all of this?
I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that I think at this point in time, the people who are involved in the impeachment in the House are overplaying their card. It's too much information that I think most people at this point have started tuning out from. I mean, in all fairness, this former ambassador was recalled because she was supposedly saying negative things about the president to people within the Ukrainian government. So she was no ally of Trump, but supposedly she's going to testify. So today we'll know if indeed she said those things or she didn't. But I think the other thing that the Democrats are going after is that supposedly the Trump administration gave her a list to convey to the Ukrainian government of people who are not supposed to be prosecuted. So I think people are waiting to hear if such a list was indeed given, and if it was, what the reason was.
Okay, you said that people have started tuning out, and over again we've heard Meghan McCain, the daughter of late Senator McCain, saying that people are tuning out because these hearings are not made public, that Americans want to know how these hearings are going, they want to get information. Do you think that that's one of the reasons people are tuning out?
I don't think Americans care. I mean, like we can see from the rally yesterday in Minneapolis, I mean, there were 20,000 people inside the stadium and 25,000 people outside. And Minneapolis is a liberal state. So I think what's going on is that a lot of otherwise neutral people are beginning to believe that the president is being unfairly targeted and prosecuted, and that is definitely going to work in his favor.
Okay, so what we see from polls show differently, though, because you were saying people are tuning out, but according to the polls, Democrats won the impeachment, Republicans see it as a witch hunt, but independents are slowly beginning to support the impeachment. So, I mean, what do you make of that poll?
If you read the language of the poll, language is vague enough that the poll is accurate either way. What people have to also understand is that there is a very big difference between impeachment and removal. A president can be impeached. It doesn't mean he'll be removed. For example, Bill Clinton was impeached, but when the case went to trial in the Senate, he wasn't removed. He served out his 2 terms. With Trump, even if the Democrats succeed in impeaching him, it's very unlikely that a Republican Senate in a trial presided by the Chief Justice of the United States would remove Trump. Simply because at the end of the day, it's all about the economy, and it's all about what is now perceived as nationalism. A lot of people are happy that Trump is taking a position on closing the borders of the United States to illegal immigrants. A lot of people are happy that the economy is doing extremely well, and a lot of people are also happy that all things being equal, I mean, their lives seem to be getting better. It's very difficult to remove a president who has those things in his favor.
So we also heard Trump saying during the campaign that this impeachment inquiry might just have won him re-election in 2020. How do you see this playing out during the election?
I mean, definitely he'll win re-election. I don't see any situation under which he would lose. I mean, he's extremely popular. He says the right things to the people who actually go out and vote. And in terms of the Electoral College, I mean, he still has what is, to all intents and purposes, a huge gap ahead of anybody in the Democratic Party.
I mean, it's been 3 weeks since impeachment started. It almost looks like, you know, like you said, a barrage of information. Is Nancy Pelosi and the Democratic congressional lawmakers, are they on the wild goose chase here? Is there something concrete here?
There is nothing concrete. I mean, at the end of the day, the President of the United States can ask another foreign leader to do whatever he wants him or her to do. It's his prerogative. I mean, he is the chief executive of the United States. So, you know, that's perfectly fine.
Many thanks to you, Mukhtar, for joining us on this hour.
No problem.